So the George C. Marshall International Center, as its name says, is the house of George C. Marshall. You probably don't know who he was, but he was a very important man in modern U.S. history. He was the chief of staff of the Army. He was a special envoy to China, Secretary of State, President of the American Red Cross, Secretary of Defense, and he won a Nobel Peace Prize. And you probably know his name from your history classes from the Marshall Plan, which is a plan that helped Europe after World War II. They helped them to rebuild their country. So Marshall was the man that kind of pushed for this plan to be voted on by Congress. So he lived in Leesburg, and his house, just like Monticello, which you might have heard about, or Mount Vernon, was saved by the local people of Leesburg. It was supposed to be demolished and it was supposed to become a gas station. And the people of Leesburg raised $10 million to save the Donna. So the Donna opened as a house museum on Veterans Day 2005. And we still have 95% of the furniture that the Marshalls had. So it's a very interesting house museum. The Donna is the name of the house, and then the George C. Marshall International Center is the organization that runs that house. So our mission in everything we do is really to bring to life the timeless values of selfless service, unwavering integrity, to develop visionary leaders worldwide. So George Marshall was really a man that, until his death, really served his country and never said no to anything that any president asked of him. So that was really selfless service. And he was a man known for really being, what he said was what he did, and really a lot of integrity. A great leader. So all we do is to inspire leadership. And you see a picture of the Donna here, which you might have seen before. It's in front of Mom's Apple Pie on Market Street. So because we are not just a one company that does just software development or something like this, we have a big palette of possibilities for you. And of course, there are things that are computer related, but it might also that you might want to do something else than be in front of a computer this summer, as you have been in front of a screen all year because of this virtual school. So we have, of course, a lot of landscaping work to do. We have 3.8 acres of ground, so there's lots of flower beds and things to do about that. We are also a historic house, so there's painting, repair, maintenance to do. The two things that I think are mostly related to computer science are the guided tours that we want to develop. So right now we have an architectural tour. If you go to thedonnamanor.org and you scroll through the website, you'll see the tour. You can use your phone and you go around the house to look at details of the architecture. So this one has already been researched and developed, but something really cool could be done with that. Maybe a little bit more interaction with people being in front of an architectural detail and using their phone to do something. So that could be a really neat project. We also have the project to do the same thing for our garden. We have a wonderful garden. Marshall loved to work in his vegetable garden, and he planted a bunch of different vegetables. So we have a really big garden, and that could be a fun project to research what the garden is about and to develop some tour that people, again, could do by themselves on their phone. And same thing with our trees. We have a lot of different trees, so that could be really interesting. I'm thinking also there could be maybe some games that you could develop to have students or kids be interested in Marshall and discover him in some other way. So there's another possibility. So I think the project are offering for these are really open-ended. If you have a lot of imagination, you want to do your own project, you want to, be your kind of your own boss for a few weeks, that could be the project for you. We also have museum work. Everything in the museum is archived. We have a software so that if you like working with software, that's something that could interest you. And we also have some other things like being a docent, which is the guide in the museum. We have, of course, administrative work, some mailings, sending correspondence, things like that. And the development in this case is for money, right? We're a nonprofit, so we're always asking people to support us. So that's some kind of work that's available too. And we have events. So there's a lot of marketing to be done for all of our events, updating our website, and making it more attractive, developing forms and things like that. So there's a lot of possibilities, even if we are not a software company. And a little bit information on us. Like I said, we're in front of Mom's Apple Pie. Our office hour are regular 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. We also have our museum is open during the weekend. Our internships are unpaid, but after your internship, if your project really went well, we could, hire you to continue working on your project. And what this offers you is that you can really work on a project that you like and that you could develop yourself. So you could kind of be directing yourself on doing the project. So that could be really fun for somebody. So that's in general what we have to offer. But I'm interested in discussing with you, what's your interest, what you're thinking, your questions you might have, because this is really to let your imagination drive what you want to do this summer. So I see Eman had a question. Is this company connected to information technology? Well, we use a little bit, we could use more. We don't use that much technology, just frankly, we don't have time. We're only two and a half people working. So if that's something that interests you and you think you could do, a project with that or use the information we have in a specific way, we can always discuss that kind of project. Any other question? You can unmute yourself too and ask your question if you would like.
You seem very quiet.
Yeah, I'm more using a conversation kind of way. In museum, it's more conversation way. But
yeah, there was just a question: where can we submit applications? So, would you present that slide again with the information of where you can submit?
Oh,
them?
Sure.
And I will also put in the chat the form through our county that you can express your interest on there, and then we can put you in contact with the George C. Marshall International Center. So
yes, so you can email your resume or send an email or whatever at admin@georgecmarshall.org. And if you have an idea for a project, it's not because I didn't talk about a project that, if you have an idea, we're open to that. And I think that's what's fun is that you can decide what you feel like doing for your project. So like if you think, you could do a fun, I don't know, a treasure hunt for the kids or something, that they could use their phone to do or anything.